Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans, coming to you from West Virginia today. And boy, there is a lot more snow here than we have at home. I made it up in here though. I brought the Bronco today. We haven't driven this for quite some time. But I tell you what, these tires, I don't know what it is about the tread pattern on these, but they do really well in the snow. Seem to, at least. You may have noticed when I pulled in, down there by the gate was all plowed out. If that had not been done, I'm not sure I would have got up in here. But my neighbor Greg, he lives down the road here about a half mile or so. Super nice guy. He took care of that for me. And he also came up here, cleared a spot, had some feed out for the deer. You may remember a while back when we were clearing some trees around here, his son Randy, he helped me with some of the trees. But they are a great group of people to have as neighbors, let me tell you that. Very nice people, and not only that, very skilled in many ways. They're all good with tree work, equipment. They can do a little bit of everything, and just all around really nice family. So it's nice to have somebody down here to kind of keep their eye on the place when I'm not around, or if I need something, I know they are just a text message away, so that's really nice. So I use those Spy Point cameras, the Flex, and they work pretty good, but I have them all set to video, and they just eat the batteries, especially this time of year when it's real cold like this. And plus, we have tons of wildlife down here, so you're constantly getting videos, and they don't last long at all. So I kind of upgraded. We're going to try these out. I don't think this is the permanent solution, but these should work a little bit better. These are rechargeable lithium battery packs. I've got several of these. We're going to see how well these do. A lot of people mentioned I should try solar panels, and I just don't think that's going to work great here. There's just too many trees. You know, things are going to get covered with snow. There's just not a lot of direct sunlight back in these pines here. So we're going to try these out and we'll see how they do. When I pulled in here, matter of fact, there were deer everywhere. There were some down here by the Circle Drive. I think they may have been the same too, but they kind of walked out that way, came back around, and they were standing right over by the cabin there. Couldn't seem to care less that I had pulled in. But anyway, I'm going to put another coat on because it's still cold. It's supposed to warm up this week, but it is definitely not there yet. This morning down here I checked, and it was actually Greg, the neighbor, texted me. He said it was -9 first thing this morning here. It's up to I don't even know right now, 15 degrees or something. So let's put a coat on, take a hike back in the woods. It's not real easy walking in this snow. It is slick and deep, but we'll be careful. Tell you what, that's a workout, walking in this snow. It's almost up to my knees. Years ago, a couple friends of mine, a couple buddies, we went deer hunting down by, where were we? We were down near Mount Storm, West Virginia, which is probably about a half hour south of here. And the snow was almost up to our waist, okay? And the road that we were hunting off of, it was kind of plowed, so we could get back in there. And we got all our stuff, and we started hiking back in the woods. And I'm walking for what seemed like a half an hour, you know what I mean? And I turned around, and the truck was like 100 yards away. I had thought for sure, you know, I was a half mile from the truck or something. My goodness. She's deep. We're going to walk up here to the sweet spot. I can't even tell where my trail is. This was the trail I was supposed to be on. Then this one goes up to this camera. All right, I got this camera ready to roll. I've got 2 more to take care of. So I think last week there was just a little bit of snow on the ground down here. And then Friday, Saturday, and Saturday night is when they got the most of it. This is a clip from Saturday at noon approximately to give you some idea what it was like down here. So I look forward to springtime. I mean, I don't mind the winter, but first thing in the spring, we'll get back to work on the inside of the cabin. We haven't done really anything all winter. Last fall, last thing we did, we roughed in the wiring, and that was about it. It is just not the right time of year to be working down here. It's the perfect time of year, though, to be relaxing down here. Once we get the wood stove in there, get the inside of the cabin all done, it'll be just great. Come down here, spend a couple days or a week at a time. I don't know how those deer just run through the snow like it's nothing. So the cabin, a lot of people have been asking where it's at. I'm not going to tell you exactly where it's at, but it is in Preston County, West Virginia, and it's not too far, a couple miles from the town of Terra Alta. And they get a lot of snow here. It's a higher elevation, and we're real close to the Maryland border. Deep Creek, Maryland is maybe 15, 20 minutes away, if that. And it just seems this whole ridge through here gets a lot of snow. It's kind of funny, on the way down this morning, I was just outside of Terra Alta, and I passed this big grader that was pushing back the snow where it drifts. And when Melissa and I came down here to look at this property, it would have been in March a couple years ago, and there's a lot of snow on the ground. And I passed probably that same grader in the same spot when we came down here to look at this property. We're standing now, there's a few, white pine right here around the cabin. This area out in front of me is almost all red pine. And then you get into the real nice white pine out there a couple 300 yards or something. And when we looked at the property, we never even came over here. We came in off the other road through the white pine. And it was a day like this with snow. And I got in 100 yards off the road, and we both looked at each other and said, we got to get this place. And it all worked out, and I'm happy about that. That town of Terra Alta, that's not real far from here, the railroad runs through the town, and they started that railroad, I think, back in 1850. It's the B&O Railroad, Baltimore, Ohio Railroad, and Terra Alta is, I believe, the highest point of that railroad. It's a pretty steep climb, as far as trains go getting up there. But even over here on the property, we're a couple miles from there, you can still hear the train whistles every once in a while. Besides that, it's pretty much total silence when you're over here, unless the wind's blowing. A light breeze, it sounds really nice. It's kind of peaceful. Heavy winds in here sounds kind of terrifying. But anyway, I brought some feed down as well, both some corn and some sweet feed. We're going to put some out for the deer. Kind of feel bad for them. I mean, I know they're much better survivalists than I will ever be, but still, it's pretty rough out here for them. But anyway, I'm going to put some feed out here and then see if we can't get turned around, and we'll continue on our way. We got a few other stops to make today. If you don't know what's going on here, that is going to be the shower house. We have the plumbing roughed in for it. I'm going to put a cistern tank in over here. That water line's out. All the plumbing is in, roughed in, I guess you could say. Then we're going to connect the shower house to the cabin. Take that window out right there, probably a 4-foot hallway, maybe even a little bit wider. Wood stove, tongue and groove on the inside. Not a lot, nothing crazy, but it'll be real nice when it's all said and done. All right, got all the feed out. We're gonna get turned around and I'm gonna try out the Broncos turn assist. You hit a button inside, and when you turn real sharp, it'll stop this tire right here, and it's supposed to kind of spin right around. I don't think it's gonna work at all in this snow, but we'll see. Yeah, that didn't work. I think we will be better off just carefully backing out of here. I might be able to turn around at the circle drive. Yeah, this is a very slick snow. Yeah, we're doing good. We'll just go around the circle drive. Maybe. Here in Fort Low, you got a camera. No problem at all. This dead pine tree across the road smashed those lines down. This is kind of tricky here, trying to pass the car. I'm just going to back up. Like a ways. Oh, they're gonna let me go by here. She just stayed on the gas, moved over. These people around here know how to drive. All right, so it is first thing in the morning. I got back from the cabin last night about 7 o'clock, and I came over here to the building about 4 this morning to do some editing, I shoveled out all the ash out of the wood stove, had to take care of that. We were burning pretty hard for the last week or so when it was real cold. But today, it's supposed to warm up to about 40 degrees. So things will get kind of messy. Now this morning, they're saying we may get some freezing rain. We'll have to see what happens. I hope it doesn't get too bad because today is a pretty big day. The new machine to replace the KX57-4 will be here sometime this morning, hopefully. So you will see that in the next video. Besides that, we're going to do some sawmilling today and maybe split some firewood as well. I tell you what, I really enjoy going down to the cabin. I do. I can't wait to get that thing all buttoned up down there so we can stay for 2-3 days at a time, things like that. And everything will be all ready for next deer season this summer. And it's in a really nice area. There's tons of things to do and see, within an hour of the cabin. I mean, you could explore down there for weeks and months. I mean, there's a lot to see and a lot to do. And I mentioned before, you can ride your four-wheeler or side-by-sides on the roads down there. There's all kind of state parks, lakes, waterfalls. If you're into the outdoors, there's just tons of stuff in that area. We really like it. I started to get video clips last night from the trail cameras down at the cabin. Matter of fact, some of them, they started about 45 minutes after I left the cabin. The deer were already hitting that feed. I'll start including a few clips here and there of anything interesting, maybe at the end of each video or something. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, looking forward to that. I love those trail cameras. They're a lot of fun. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. A little different. We didn't do much of anything except hike around the cabin, but I do my best to kind of bring you along and experience the same things I do when I'm there. I just love it down there. It's so peaceful, so quiet, and it's just a nice place to be. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.